Hi everyone, nice to see everyone again. My name is Melissa Cancio and I am the Executive Director for Chamber South. And today we have our lovely Miss Karla Hernandez. She is part of United Way and she'll be talking to us a lot about her journey, how she got to where she is, and well, how's Karla?
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for having me today.
No, thank you so much for being here. I know you're a busy woman, so I do appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So tell me about Karla. Where did you grow up?
How did I
What
get
kind of,
here?
yeah, where are your roots?
Okay, so I actually was born in Nicaragua.
Really?
Yeah, so I was
So is
born.
my mom.
Oh, no way. Okay, so
Yes.
then, okay, great. There you go. Connection already, immediate connection. So yeah, I was born in Nicaragua and I came to United States when I was 7 years old
Okay.
and haven't left yet. Haven't left anymore. I've
Wow.
actually only gone to visit once
Okay.
in the past. Beautiful
What
country.
part of Nicaragua are you from?
Managua,
Okay.
the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom was
So,
born there too.
oh, there you go. We must chat later.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, grew up here. Just a Miami 305 girl, definitely through and through. Went to, Miami High. That's where I graduated from. Miami
Yeah.
Senior High, those things, and went to Miami-Dade College for about a year, and
Okay.
then transferred to University of Miami. Some hurricane, graduated, and started my work in nonprofit. I just knew
Wow.
early on that that's the space I wanted to be in.
How did it kind of shift to coming into Miami? You just knew, did you know what nonprofit was, or how did you kind of get into that as you started to go in through school and live in the States?
So I studied PR, communications, and political science.
Okay.
My dream was to be part of the West Wing. If you ever watch that show, I'm totally dating myself, but I wanted to be CJ, like the spokesperson for the White House,
Yeah.
and never made it there. But that's okay. But I did realize early on when I was in college, and it's always a faculty member, right? Like that faculty member that helps you through and through. Who I got an internship at a firm one
Wow.
summer, and it was great, but it just wasn't going to be for me. And he introduced me to kind of nonprofit space and had me do some volunteer work with some nonprofits in town, and I fell in love with it. I knew that. That's a space I wanted to give back.
Yeah.
I wanted to wake up in the morning and have a purpose in life and know that whatever it is I did that day made a difference in the community that I live in. And that's what nonprofit provides, for you. You have a passion, you bring your talent and your time and treasure to that,
Yeah.
and then you see your community flourish. And I truly believe that people that work in nonprofit make a difference every day.
That's amazing. And the fact that he made a difference in your life. Is he still part of your life now?
Yeah, I mean, we stay in touch from time to time. He's
Yeah.
retired, obviously, and living his life in retirement. So if anybody, Dr. Tilson is his name. And
Shout
if
out to
you
Dr.
ever-
Tilson.
Shout out to Dr. Tilson. And he has a lot of students that he has helped, I know.
He was a mentor to you, and now you've been a mentor to so many people across Miami. How is it like is all your family in Miami, or did they stay in Nicaragua, or how did that kind of transition in when you were
Yeah, so
coming?
there are family members in Nicaragua still, probably like second, third cousins and aunts and uncles that I don't really know because I left when I was so young. But my immediate family, I'm one of six. I'm the baby
Wow.
of six. I know.
Okay. The golden
Yeah,
child.
totally the baby and the favorite. My brothers and sisters will tell you that, and I have to agree 100% that I am the favorite or was the favorite.
I
So
love that.
no, they most of my siblings are here in Miami. There's
Okay.
in Florida, 4 of us
Yeah.
are here, and then no, 5 of us are here, and 1 of us is in Virginia.
Wow. So they completely went, Miami's not for me.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. So it's all
Wow.
good.
So everyone's grown up here. Everyone's, I assume close knit, because my Nika side is also close knit.
Very,
Yeah.
very. We're a wild bunch and very close. And we just actually celebrated my niece's wedding, and so we all got
Congrats to
together again.
her.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's family get-togethers. Sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm gonna get my family together, and we'll get friends for a birthday." I mean, we get my family together, my immediate family, and it's like 60 people. No more space.
You
for
make
others.
the little shirts for vacation, and
Yeah.
that's so exciting though. But it's nice to know that there's another family that has that close knit community, because I feel like that's really hard to find nowadays, especially with a big family.
Yeah.
that there's
Well,
so many
everybody
different
kinda spreads
interests.
around
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, I mean, it's a big country, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, people got to go and do their thing. But thankfully, we've stayed together, nephews, nieces, grandnephews, grandnieces, like,
Oh my God, the whole
we're
nine
growing.
yards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I love that you've kind of gone into talking about your family, and I love getting to know just people in general. And you've been someone that I've looked up to for a while. I've met you in a few different events, so I think in that regard, just getting to know you on a one-on-one just space has been nice. And so we've touched your family, we've touched United Way. How does it kind of intertwine? Does your family support you in that aspect? Are there programs that maybe you've found inspiring that maybe some of your family has been able to take part in? How does that look like for you in terms of family and professional life?
I mean, they do support, we're very supportive of each other, obviously. It took a while for my family to understand, and I think still some of them don't, what it is that I do for a living, because it's difficult to explain.
Yeah.
But my daughter, my youngest, who's 14, told me a few years ago, she's, I think it was like, you know, career day or something, and she goes, well, I want to do what you do. I want to do what mommy does, she said. And I said, okay, you want to be a mom? I thought that that's what she meant. She goes, no, I want to go work somewhere where I can help people, you know. And I thought it was so interesting because she's the youngest.
Yeah.
But she got it somehow. I do, because of the work that I do in nonprofit space, I do bring them along for volunteering. Again, when you do fundraising, you don't only raise funds, but it's time,
building
talent,
the
and treasure.
community.
You really engage. It's a matter of engaging the community with the organization that you represent. So they have, you know, partaken in that, and they take it very seriously. My kids are very service oriented. They've done that since they were very young, you know, and they understand. And putting my kids in that space, I think, lets them realize how lucky and blessed they are on a daily basis. They may think their life is tough because it's all relative to what it is that you're living. But when they see others in our community that are struggling, you know, which obviously United Way helps those community members, they get to see, you know, that they're not doing so bad, and that they need to, you know, be blessed on a daily basis and be grateful for what it is that they have. So yeah, they're very supportive, and I think it helps them as they grow up to understand their place in this world.
That's inspiring. I feel like every family should be a part of your family at this rate.
There's a lot of people out there. I mean, if you look at United Way, and I know you're familiar with it, we have so many young people involved, not only giving, you know, of their you know, their funds and stuff, but giving of their time. Yeah. And that is so difficult nowadays. We are very busy. You said it at the early set. You know, I'm a very busy person, but so are all of us. You know, and we need to kind of prioritize that time that we're going to give back to make our community a better place. And we are filled with a lot of, you know, you start young, and it comes from somewhere. So I'm hoping it's, you know, families that teach you that, or even in college, sometimes you do learn that, how to give back to communities, because you get involved in clubs and such like that. But then we continue it in our young adult life, and then it goes beyond that. So then it's like it's a cycle, you know, that it's nice, and you get to mentor people through that. So it's nice to educate and to be that example for others that they can follow on your footsteps.
Yeah, I love that you came full circle with your mentorship with Dr. Tolson. Just there, I feel like there's so much to do in Miami. So tell me more about United Way. What programs you have? I know we've seen the women's organization and kind of touch up on that when I've been able to attend events. Thank you, Elisa. Shout out to you. And so what does it look like for you to have so many programs that cater to so many people, and just kind of keeping that up to date and making sure, obviously, you have a wonderful team that helps you? What does that look like in terms of what can people do to get involved with United Way?
You know, there's like a two-parter to this. You can get involved and be engaged by obviously getting involved, like let's say in one of our giving communities, you know, like Young Leaders or Link or Women United, which is, I think you went to the practice or you've gone to it before, which is they're just beautiful, engagements. You get to be together in a room with like-minded individuals of this community. You get to share and network, but it's networking at such a deeper level, because at the end of the day, when you're attending one of our events, you are making a difference. You are one of our donors, you are one of our partners, you are committed to this community, and United Way Miami is that one community. We're celebrating our centennial for the next year, April 24th, 2024. We turned 100 years old.
Wow. I remember it was I saw the logo and Amaranth for the 5K.
Went crazy on social media. Thanks to our marketing and communications team, we were everywhere. And to our partners, right, that tell the story and are ambassadors in the community, every single day. So you can get involved in that, in that process, attending our events, getting to know the community through United Way, because we gather so many like-minded individuals within our organization. And then you could also volunteer. We have a lot of volunteering events that take place, and it never stops. One of our board members, she's our chairwoman, Penny Schaefer, always ends her board meetings by saying, if your calendar is lacking events, just look at United Way Miami. Because we have events all the time, and it caters to all different walks of life. So it can be a networking event, it could be a gala type event, it can be a volunteer event. The point is to be out in the community, touch, other people's hands. Let's build this community to be better and stronger.
I feel like that's a good phrase. I need to steal that from her. Make sure to check United Way's calendar.
Yes, definitely. It doesn't stop. Trust me. We are already, we're ending our fiscal year. So you think we'd have, a little bit of a leeway, but no, we're already working for our back to school drive in the fall.
Yeah.
That's before you know it, we're back to fall, and kids are back to school, and this community needs help, and we're there to do it.
Definitely. I'll add that to our community engagement committee calendar as well.
Please do so.
So I know, and congrats again on the centennial. I actually first heard of United Way when I was in Chicago. I was living in Chicago doing my master's, and I heard about United Way because I had a friend working for it. And so I didn't realize that it was nationwide. Do they focus solely, like each city focuses on their programming specifically? Is there nationwide? Can people get involved in other areas? Is there still virtual? I know because of past COVID, that a lot of the programming has changed. Is that still available for people if they're traveling and adding it to the calendar, as Penny would say?
Yeah. We do have United Way worldwide, right? And that's like, our national.
Yeah.
But there are United Ways across the country, right? So we are part of the top 20 market. Miami is. Broward has United Way. So and throughout Florida we have other United Ways.
Yeah.
But what is important for people to note is, whatever funds and whatever engagement and everything that goes on within United Way Miami stays within our system.
Yeah.
So if you give, if you donate and you become a partner with us, you are helping our community. Obviously through COVID, we did learn that everything, there is engagement, digital, and all that. And it's not that it can't be done. There are United Ways that will partner with each other to maybe do something specific and special for the region, and you will partner together. So that does happen, and that is seen and encouraged, of course. But just knowing that, we take care and we cater to our community. So whatever it is that you do with us, you're helping your neighbors in Miami-Dade County.
I love being able to kind of pick your brain on all sorts of things, because I feel like you know all things about United Way.
I tried. I've only been there a year and a half, but I obviously have known.
You've only been a part of United Way for a year and a half?
Yes. Yes.
I could never imagine. Yeah. Where were you before? Was it the PR?
I was at FIU.
Okay.
Before that, and at the University of Miami. So yeah, I come from a long line of higher education, and yes, I did. My first part of my career was PR and communications, and then at one point at the University of Miami, I switched into development, which I loved. And yeah, so here I am. I've had two amazing careers with amazing organizations in town.
I feel like you were a part of United Way for way longer.
No, but if you've ever, I mean, it'd be hard not to know United Way. I worked in organizations that held workplace campaigns. So I
Okay.
was a supporter of United Way. But obviously, once you come into the organization, you get to know it on a
Yeah.
whole other level. So yeah, I was a donor, part of Women United, and did give back while I was at other organizations.
Hmm.
But now I'm here, so it's in my DNA through and through, 24/7.
Wow. Do you think that your children will end up working for United Way as well?
Well, my
Or no?
daughter is so funny. My second, she was at one point interested in education, and she looked up United Way. She Googled it or something, and she saw the leadership's bios, and she saw the bio for the individual that runs our school. So we have a school on our campus,
Mhm.
early education, and she said, "That's what I want to be when I grow up. I want to go work at United Way and run the school." I'm like, okay, well, you got a lot of studying to do and
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
preparation. But I do think that at least for her, she will be in the nonprofit space. She's already, changed her majors 3 times. So she's in management now, but she wants to focus on nonprofit, and she wants an internship next summer working at a nonprofit. So I will help her
Wow.
with that.
Sounds like you have a mini me in your hands.
Oh, well, you gotta mentor them.
And it's the youngest one, so you relate.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
So, how did that kind of now that I know you've been involved in so many different communities, how did you kind of transition into the power of networking and getting involved with the chamber, and how does that kind of look like for you in terms of just your route?
Well, I mean, I think obviously because of the work I do and I've done, and in the fields that I've been in, networking is key and very important. But I think on a personal level, I just like to put kind of like an overall footprint around the community that I'm in. I'd like to know what other people are doing in the community and how can I help? How can I partner with you? How is it that our talent can come together? Because maybe there's a gap out there, and I feel that the chamber is definitely one good way of doing that. Again, pulling together like minded people that want to make a difference in the community. That's what the chamber brings together.
Yeah.
It's not networking for networking's sake, just maybe to, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with it, but sometimes if, you're looking for a job or something like that, your next step in your career, networking is important. And that is needed, and it happens, right? Organically and naturally when you pull a group of people together. But I think the chamber, what it does do is it brings those like-minded people together again, and just kind of like, let's think about how we can make our community better. Like, what is it that I bring to the table together with you, and we can make magic happen.
Yeah, you said everything so beautifully. Thank you so much for that. And I love that United Way has been a part of the chamber for so long. I feel like I've seen different representation come into our luncheons, and it's so nice seeing just the team kind of come together. Hey, this is a topic I'm interested in, and maybe I want to go to this event, and just kind of seeing the different people in even different departments. I feel because I know not everyone's involved in the same space. Like I've met a few people and either they're in the political sector or they're in development with you or they're in that membership field. So it's pretty nice to see that there's community within United Way as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's very important. We are, we're an organization that has, upwards of 200 employees doing, magic all over the community in their own way. But I also think it's important that we bring also our other partners, right, to chamber events. So for instance, if, we come to one of your events and we buy a table and, we bring our partners together, and then maybe we introduce them to the chamber, which I think is good, that we're that connector, in the community. And I think nonprofits do that, and we do that for each other, right? Because we, no matter what, how many nonprofits there are, and you would think it's a competition among us, but no, it's not. I mean, we really do help each other out. Mm-hmm. And, we're out there to connect the dots wherever we're needed and to support each other wherever we can.
Yeah, there's definitely a huge camaraderie because every organization has their own niche. So to be able to serve that and make sure that we're supporting each other, that's very important for sure.
Definitely.
So I know I picked your brain on all things professional. We'll go into a few rapid fire questions, unless there's anything else that you wanted to add, maybe I missed.
No. Just, again, look at our calendar. I mean, I'll say it because I think a wonderful way of engaging with United Way and getting to know us is coming to our events, and definitely start that way, and then we'll take it from there.
Definitely. We'll have to go to Penny to make sure all our calendars are filled. Okay, so getting to know Karla, Skittles or M&Ms?
M&Ms with peanuts, though.
Okay, that's a good one.
No, I don't like chocolate otherwise.
Really?
It has to have like the salt and
okay, so you're salt and savory. Got it. So beach or mountains?
I want both. I want to be close to both. I mean, the beach is easy here, and the mountains is what's lacking. So
yeah, so probably mountains. Yeah. Would you rather cook or order takeout?
Cook.
Really? What's your favorite dish to cook?
My favorite dish to cook. I don't have one. I like to make things up.
Okay.
On the fly.
So you're that person that doesn't have any measurements. You just have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
From that. And when I did that COVID, for whatever reason, I started cooking and realized I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love to make things
it gets
up.
you more
See
in the
what's
kitchen.
In the fridge and dump it together. It's worked
Make
so far.
it make sense. There's actually an app. It's called Supercook, and it'll just bring in all the ingredients. Like if you put in everything that you have in your pantries, your refrigerator, everything, and then it'll make a dish for you.
Ooh,
if in regard to that, yeah.
Ooh.
I started using that, and I was like, maybe I don't need to buy a bunch of different things, and I can use what I have. So
yes, that's important. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, would you prefer air travel, road trip, or boat trip?
Road trip. I love road trips.
Where's the farthest you've gone?
Canada.
Wow, you went up. All the way up.
All the way, yeah. For my brother graduated from Cornell that year, and we took a road trip from Miami. Made stops along the way.
Yeah.
But ended up in Canada. Yeah.
How long did it take you?
I think it was like 3 weeks. Because we made stops.
Round trip. Yeah, of course.
We stopped and picked up family on the way, basically, is what we did.
Yeah, that little clown car.
Yeah, basically, it's like the non-stop of clown cars coming through. But yes, it was fun.
Oh, that's so magical. Wow.
In Canada, yeah.
How many did you start off in Miami?
We probably started off with like 12.
Wow.
And then picked up people.
That's a lot.
We drove from here. The family in Miami drove from here to New York. Graduation took place, picked up everybody else, and kept on going.
That's exciting, though.
Including a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a big dog at least? Or a little dog?
It was a mid-sized dog.
So you're fine.
It was fine.
Do the kids still know that, or do they still remember the trip?
Yeah, I mean, this was a long time ago. This was before my kids were born, but yeah.
So they want to do
We all remember that trip. Yeah, it was memorable, definitely. Wow. Experiences. I love experiences.
No, yeah, 100%. I agree. So what are you most comfortable in, or what's your go-to? Heels, sandals, or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Same. And I know we talked about this earlier, but what type of coffee is your favorite?
Macchiato.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
I like that dark, yeah.
With whipped cream and like sugars, or are you just plain girly?
I don't need the whipped cream or even too much sugar.
I haven't gotten to that level yet. I know my fiance drinks just coffee with nothing in it, and I'm like, I need a bunch of sugar, whipped cream, some different things.
Art, but once you get there, it's better for you not to have the sugar.
Healthier.
Yeah.
Well, Karla, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for being part of the segment. I loved learning about you and your family and all the in between. Thank you so much to everyone with the Chamber. We have a few events coming up, and we're so excited to get to know everyone in the community. If you are interested in being a part of this show, please feel free to reach out to us at info@chambersouth.com, and we'll see you next time on next week's show.